Hey everyone, my name is Olaf and today I'll show you how to make this exact image in Blender in just 5 minutes. As always, it's going to be quick and easy, and if you have any problems, just leave a comment below. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start off by switching from blend render to cycles render for better shading. And then click X to delete the default cube. Then click create and add a cylinder, which is going to be the glass later on in the tutorial. Click S, then set to scale it on the z-axis. Left click to confirm the scale. Go into edit mode and then go to face select to select the top face. Then select the top face and click X to delete the top face. And click tab to go back to object mode. And go to the modifiers, and we're going to start off with a solidify modifier. And then change the value to around -0.04 to give the object some volume. And then apply the solidify modifier. Go into edit mode. What we basically need to do is to select every circle of the objects so that we can add the increase value to it. So hold in Alt and Shift to select all of them, and then click set to select the inner one. Now we need to click N to change the increase value, which is important for the subdivision later on. So increase the increase value to 1, and then go back to object mode, and then add modifier and add a subdivision surface modifier, which is going to smooth out the object, but it's not going to smooth out the edges that you added the increase value to. Okay, so let's right click below the glass, then click Shift A and add a plane. This is the same as adding an object from the left side of Blender. Click S to scale, and then when you have the scale you want, you can just left click to confirm the scale. Let's just grab it a little bit on the z-axis, click G, then set to grab it on the z-axis to make sure it's right below the glass. And then it's time to start adding the materials. So select the lamp, make it into a sun, change the size to 1, and then click use nodes. Increase the strength to about 7, and then I'm going to grab the sun and rotate it. So click R to rotate and G to grab. So something like this. And now let's go into rendered view and see what it looks like. And then select the glass. And let's add a material, a glass material to the glass. So change it from diffuse to glass. Right now the color is a transparent color, but let's change it to red. At this point of the tutorial, you can obviously add whatever color you want, so it doesn't really matter. So just play around with the colors. And let's go back to solid view. Now it's time to use the camera. So click numpad 0 to see through the camera. And then select the camera, and then click Shift F to use the fly cam. And you can move around with W, A, S, and D. So let's move it around here. And then let's start duplicating the glass and add more colors. So right click to select the glass, and then click Shift D to duplicate, and then click G, then Shift Z to grab the glass only on the X and Y axis. And then click the plus sign in the material, and now you can change the color and it becomes a new color. So let's make this one blue, kind of a strong blue color, just like the red one. And then let's duplicate one more time. Click Shift Z to go back to solid view, and then click Shift D and Shift Z to move it on the X and Y axis. I think I have to grab it a little bit outside the frame of the camera, so let's just put it here, and then add a new material, and let's make this one green. Now before we start changing the render settings, let's just move the camera a bit to make sure all of the glasses are inside the frame. So use Shift F to use the fly cam and move around with W, A, S, and D. I'm also scaling up the floor to make sure the frame is covered by the floor. And yeah, let's go into the render settings. So if you don't have a GPU, that's okay, you can just use the CPU, increase the resolution quality to 100%, and then increase the samples to around 250. If you have the newest version of Blender, you can also add the denoising feature if you want to. let's click render, and this is what it looks like. I hope you liked the tutorial, and leave a comment if you have any problems. So thank you guys for watching, and subscribe.